Can you tell by my walk? Can you hear it in my talk? I'm barely cool. I'm barely cool. Can't you see in my eyes? It should come as no surprise. I'm barely cool. I'm barely cool. I'm barely cool. The barely, barely cool. No, the barely cool. The barely, barely cool. Yeah, the barely cool. The barely, barely cool. No, the barely cool. Yeah.
Hey!
Welcome back to the Barely Cool Podcast.
We're off.
Welcome back. It's season 3, episode something.
Yeah.
You always
You hear that?
you hear that sound in the background?
closet moving?
Nah, there's no way that's getting picked up on these.
Let's see.
Not a
Move the closet
shot.
again. Do it again. Oh,
There's
it
no
might.
chance.
It might a little.
There's no chance.
Okay. If you heard something at
Anyways.
home, that means that's a verbal contract. You can split Ben's head from his neck
Okay.
with a blade.
You might realize throughout this podcast today, me and Judah are very close together. The idea of us being separated by the camera angles is not. You might have seen his hand right there. Pick his little cereal up. There it is.
we could.
It's episode.
I don't know.
6 probably. Nah, this is gonna be 6. It's episode 6.
Yeah. Because what have we done? What was last week? What
5.
did we- 5, and we called it. Right.
We gotta find the funny real quick.
That's a good. Yeah.
That is a good title.
Quote from you.
I know.
It's a good quote.
I've edited it. We're just eating cereal.
Reese Puffs, Bunnies, Spring Edition, on sale.
Honestly, if I'm being honest, it takes away.
Does it? The Bunnies?
Yeah. I'm more a fan of the little balls. The Reese balls. The Puffs. Isn't this fun?
I had to get a rib removed to make that a little easier for you. Nothing. Stupid joke. Anyway.
We have so many things planned for this.
Oh yeah.
We talked about it before. One of those things was to watch a movie, which we're not doing anymore.
No
So,
time. Not
frick
enough
it.
time.
Frick it.
We're
It's
just-
late.
Yeah.
We got some mood lighting going.
Oh.
You may be like, "Oh, you guys recording this like the night before? Is that why you're doing it so late?" No, total week in advance.
but
But
that's late for us now.
that is late for us now.
We-
Usually we're 2 weeks ahead.
Yeah, we're 2 weeks ahead because we do video now. Benny's got to have the time.
I have not taken that time though. I always end up uploading it at like Wednesday at 11 p.m. because procrastination is my game. It's the name of the game.
Now you know how I felt doing the audio all the time. Now I have to do the audio quicker because I know that there's a person who needs it. Before I was like, what's the matter? I'll get it Wednesday at 2 a.m. for all I care. Episode goes live in 4 hours. No one will know. None the wiser. But yeah,
Now you need to get to me.
with video we've been 2 weeks ahead.
Yeah.
And life gets flipping busy.
It does.
And then we're supposed to do. We weren't supposed to, but we had the idea to do like a bad movie or something. Throw something awful on. We'll still do it, just not right now. We're on a time crunch. We got moving parts. It's like parts are moving like our clock.
Sales are up. Sell. Buy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. The NASDAQ is there, and we have like 6 clocks on the wall.
Multiple income streams.
Yeah.
Side hustles.
What's free
9
revenue?
to 5? Not for me.
What's that? What's the term where you passive income? I've got 6 clocks on my wall of various time zones: Tokyo, Romania, others.
You just have like a clock that says other.
Yeah.
The rest of them. The rest of the time zones.
I just spin it around at random.
Sure, it's 7 o'clock somewhere. 5 o'clock, whatever the saying is.
That's what they say.
I don't know, Judah.
So
Most time my cereal.
I don't know if that would. Yeah, I don't even know if your mic would pick up. Really, they're so directional. There you go. It's like ASMR.
No, it'll pick it up.
All right, now it will for sure.
You're gonna make me spill my milk. You've had like 3 bites.
Yeah.
3 bites.
Let me do your technique. Uh-oh.
The bunnies take away from it for me.
I will say, it's a vastly different mouthfeel.
I'm a big texture guy.
I don't know if they're less crunchy or something, and it's less. It's not a uniform crunch. I know what to expect with the Reese Puffs, and it's different. And
I agree.
It's other and different, and I don't like it. It's different. Oh, you got milk on your shirt.
No!
Better than the mic.
Probably got some on the mic too. Okay.
No.
I got 4 bunnies left.
Okay, that's good, because then you can handle some of the talking while I devour.
Okay, anyways. Whoa, take it easy.
You can run that to the kitchen if you want.
Okay.
Guys, I live in one room. And then Ben can check our video at the same time. There you go, coming back. How we look? Going great. Good. Perfect.
Okay, anyways, let's flip in. Get going here. Judah's eating a cereal.
Speed mode.
I already told Judah this story, but you guys should hear it. I had a bad moment at Starbucks. No, you know what? That's boring.
It's funny, but it's really just at its core a minor inconvenience.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about it. We're not gonna talk about it.
Tell me about how you almost died.
Oh, dude, I almost died again today. Someone turned right in front of me at a light. It was like some young girl, and she didn't even flip and see me. If I just started, I had a walking signal.
Oh, you were walking?
Yeah, on the way to the Starbucks, and if I didn't take a little gander to my left, I would be dead right now. But I took a gander to my left. Whoom! Rips right through the red light, right turn. Doesn't even care. But anyways, the real one that happened this week.
Did you hit him with an arm? Like an arm up? Yeah.
What are you, a moron? They didn't even see me. Anyways, let me preface this by saying that prior to this moment that happened to me this week, I was only mildly in support of legislation forcing elderly people to redo their driver's test. I am now in full support of legislation requiring elderly people to redo their driver's test. Any politician who comes to me with that legislation got my vote. I almost died this week.
PPZ.
I almost died this week at the hands of what I can only assume, based on the situation and the facial expressions that I observed, that this was a result of a senile old ancient person.
Okay.
So let
paint me a picture of what that.
I'll paint you a picture. So I'm walking home from work. Okay.
Oh, I just meant of them, but yeah, okay.
Oh, of them? Well, we'll get there.
Okay.
And I'm walking home from work, and you know on Lundy's Lane, the street Lundy's Lane,
yeah.
And as you're walking up from the hospital, there's like that other parking lot to the right that you pass, and it's like a paid parking lot, so it's got those like arms. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. It like a toll station. You go there, arm lifts up, oh, you're good to go. Okay, so I'm walking home from work, and I gotta cross like past this toll station. But like it's not really usually that busy. It's only really busy during the day, but at this point it's like 4:30. So anyways, I'm walking by it. I see a car kind of driving toward the toll station, and I go, that car is gonna have to stop, insert their little flipping card, and pay or whatever. I'm good. So I start walking across the street. Lo and behold, this car smashes right through the flipping arm and drives through the arm. Like breaks it.
No.
Yes.
Shut the hell
up. They drive through
I was
the
not
arm.
expecting this. I thought for sure this was going to be another Ben bias.
This is not some bias prejudice thing. This is like I'm fully in support of this legislation now because
Did the arm break?
Yeah, it snapped. Dude, and here's the worst part, Judah.
How fast were they going?
Pretty fast. I was thinking because I saw them start at the end of the flippin' parking lot. So they're driving. I'm like, oh, whatever.
They're
like,
stopped.
They're gonna stop. I can
They're
cross.
stopped and they're revving their engine, and you're and you're
So-
like, I can make it. I can make it.
And I look over and I'm like, oh, that car's gonna have to stop. I can make this cross. And then luckily, as I'm crossing, I put my head up and I see this car bang through the thing, and I get out of the way just in time for this car not to kill me. And I literally sat there jaw dropped, mouth wide open, like,
Where'd they go?
they just drove off. No, but here's the worst part. Judah. There was a moment before I jumped out of the way when I watched.
How much did you have to jump? By the way,
It was just like
you would've got
I was
clipped.
almost done crossing, but seeing this guy boom bang
Yeah.
through the thing, I just ran
Yeah,
2-3
you're like,
more
what the-
steps and
yeah.
I was out of the way. But I could have died here. But it's here's the worst part. The worst part of it. If it was some young idiot who just didn't want to pay or something,
Yeah.
whatever. Dude, based on the facial expression that I viewed here, this was an old man who didn't even see the bar, man. He didn't see it. His
right.
face was like this. Oh, as he smashed through the dang thing. I'm talking and he's bouncing.
he's going 50 in the parking lot, just
and he was just kind of whoa, he didn't know it was coming. And I'm and I looked at that facial expression and I go, that guy was so out to lunch that he didn't even see the bar. He just banged through it, and as soon as his car hit it, he was like, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
And then just kept driving. And I'm and here's the thing. And then so later that day I told Anissa, I was I really want to push for legislation now.
Yeah.
That over 65, 70, 75, whatever the number be. No more classrooms. You got to go out there and drive and show them that you're thing, because and then Anissa goes, oh, but that's sad. The seniors are going to lose their license. And I'm I could have died. If we're being honest, if I wasn't paying attention, he would have killed me. If I wasn't paying attention, I would have got hit by this car. So it's
how was he going fast enough to kill you?
Dude, how much do you think it takes to break these things? It's not just a thin piece of wood. It's wood coated in hard plastic, and he snapped it off.
Or a fiberglass.
Yeah, you have to drive. He was going probably 50. If I got hit head on by this car, maybe I wouldn't have died, but I probably would have broke my hip.
I like that he doesn't see you walking, nor does he see the bar. It's almost because that's a medical facility.
Yeah,
It's almost
but
like he
but
got
it's
a cancer diagnosis and was just
was
in a
just going
haze.
for it.
No, I don't think he was trying to kill himself. I think he's just he's so in shell shock.
I mean,
and he almost murdered
maybe
you. Walter White fugue state style.
he was I don't know, maybe, but don't drive a damn car then. Sit in the parking lot and think about it. What the hell? I don't care if you just got diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Don't bust through parking things.
Don't deal with it at home, okay? Ruminate for a while.
Don't
in the
pretend like I'm
parking
crazy with this.
No,
I'm not.
I agree.
I'm
trying to gaslight you right now.
I know.
I'm gaslighting
You can't
you.
put people's lives in danger. I don't want to exaggerate it, but Judah, if I crossed the street and was looking at my phone, going I would have gotten hit by this car.
Yeah.
My head being up, watching, looking over at this car, going, wow, he's not slowing down. Was enough for me to get out of the way in time. Had I not made that connection, I would have gotten hit by this guy. Maybe I would have died. Maybe it would have broke my femur in half.
You caught him, going, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, he just smashed right through
and then
the
he
thing.
just whipped.
He just went. He did it. Not only to add to it, he
Left or
turned
right?
left out onto a roadway.
Yeah.
Didn't even stop and look.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised he didn't get in an accident with another car.
Yeah.
Because Lundy's Lane is not exactly a super busy street,
would've-
but there's cars going up and down it.
I don't know. In situations like that, it's so you like to think that you know how you'd react.
Yeah.
Because part of me is I'm chasing him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go bang on the
Yeah, you just almost killed
the
me.
trunk
He
of his
turned.
car.
He turned onto the thing, and then he turned right onto Davis, and he was gone. So I was
Oh,
just
yeah, it's quick.
I was just oh well.
That's quick.
But I'd sat there in shock because I was
Yeah.
did that just happen? I've never seen someone. I've seen it in the movies.
Yeah.
You bust through those things, right? But he just drove right through it. It wasn't even there, and it was the look of I don't know what the right word is. It was he was
Who put that there?
like he was dumbfounded that thing was there. Because he's just like straight face,
Yeah.
like, and then he's like, whoa!
I love
There's a thing there.
the like Mr. Bean, Mr. Magoo level of like just blissful, unaware of just the reality around you. But it's also like there's so many things at play there that need to work for this story to be funny, and they all happen.
Yeah.
The
Yeah. Like,
and then to then do that and then go, nope.
Yep. Guess I'll just go.
Carry on my
yeah,
way.
Yeah.
Like not to even stop and be
No.
like, uh-oh,
Yeah.
I made an oopsie.
Yeah.
I damaged someone's property.
Yeah.
They almost certainly have like security cameras there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because like
they're gonna track this guy down
to stop people
Yeah.
from like not paying.
Oh yeah.
They have security cameras to protect like a $3
Yeah.
payment that someone might try and get
Yeah.
sneak 2 cars through or whatever.
Yeah.
Let alone someone just going,
Busting right through it. They fixed it already too. It's already fixed.
really?
Yeah.
Holy.
I walked by it today. It was already
Well, yeah,
fixed.
they can't afford to lose all those $3
Yeah.
charges. They can't have that thing not on there.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I like.
Maybe he's an anarchist, and he just
I
was
just-
like, you know, in like Fight Club, that was his Fight Club. He's blowing. That's
Blowing
his
through
blowing up
parking.
the credit card companies.
I-
For other people, he's like, no one should have to pay this any longer. I'm taking it down, and then everyone who got to leave that day didn't have to pay. Wow,
Dude, like, it honestly felt for a second like I was in kind of like a parallel universe
Yeah.
because cars just started like driving out,
yeah.
and I was like, did no one just see
So
that?
he was not like other cars were just like, oh, we're good.
yeah, and
Like,
they just left.
No
And I
one
was-
stopped to be like, hey, you okay? You almost got hit by that guy.
No, they just started ripping by, and I'm sitting there like on the sidewalk, like,
He got his Fight Club moment. Everyone got their $3 free of charge.
I was like, no one saw that and
That's
just thought,
so funny.
why is
Yeah.
that? And so, anyways, I literally texted Denise after, and I was like, I almost just died, and she was like, oh, how? And I was like, some old guy almost killed me. But like real talk though,
Yeah.
that person should not have a license or any access to a vehicle. So I'm
You
like,
think they're forklift certified?
shut the hell up. I'm serious about this.
I know.
I'm supporting a politician.
Look,
Like,
I
listen,
I
I'll
agree
be-
with you.
I'll say 75. 65 would be my preferred age.
75 is. I
But
think
if you want to
75
go
is reasonable.
75, and because I know right now
Well-
Ontario, you got to go to like a classroom
Yeah,
and do like
I've
a
heard-
classroom test.
Yeah, but I've heard the test isn't even like road law. I heard from someone that it's like basic mental, like draw the numbers on a clock.
No way.
I've heard that.
They're
Yeah.
not asking them
What's
if,
like the
if
seventh letter in the alphabet.
They're not asking them if the like rules of the road have changed
I-
since they got their learner's permit
I-
60 years ago.
I don't know if that's the case, but that's what I've heard.
60 years, Judah. Someone
Well,
who's
59,
80.
59.
Someone who's 80
Well, okay.
got their learner's permit 60 years
Yeah,
ago.
the Model T had just come out.
What's changed in 60 years? Everything. So
60 years ago.
they should have to take like no classroom. Like do the classroom, quiz them, but then put them in a car with an
wouldn't-
instructor and make them drive
We
again.
wouldn't have been on the moon yet 60 years ago. 63.
That's true. That's true.
63.
That's true. You're right.
That's pretty nuts.
So
Yeah, no.
do you understand with me now? Do you agree?
No, I've always agreed with you. I just think this is a comedy
You always-
podcast, and we're trying to.
You always thought you always
No, no,
you
no, 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 no.
always thought I was a little bit prejudiced.
No.
Don't lie.
I 1,000% have always agreed with a more strict test because my logic behind it every time. No, because I'm right there with you. Is I've said that in the past. Get them on the roads for a road test,
Right.
and people always go, "But that's not nice. My Gramps might not be able to drive no more." Yeah,
Yeah.
because if he fails the road test, he shouldn't be driving in the first
Yeah,
place.
because he like your grandpa almost just killed me the other day.
And so I've always been for that because
Yeah.
my logic is if you're so confident in Peepaw driving on the road,
Yeah.
then surely he'll pass.
Flipping, that's what I'm talking
And
about.
like, I don't even care. Like, they fail. Because I failed my G test like 3 times. So
Yeah.
they should be able to retake it.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
in the interim
Prove that
period, you
got
can't
some
really drive.
mental aptitude.
Like, I say 75, retake, right? Then if you fail, You have to retake the test within 3 months. If you fail again, you can't drive.
Yeah.
Like that's it.
Yeah.
And then you can opt. You can like it's like a after 3 months of no driving, you can try again.
You can go again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
I'm
like
cool with that.
But the first one is like, okay, you're still driving, but you
Yeah.
have to come back.
Yeah.
If you miss that, it's like a parole. You miss
Yeah.
your parole. We gotta send Dog the Bounty Hunter
Yeah.
after you did it.
But I'm like, no one
No,
like.
I agree with
when
you.
a 16-year-old doesn't pass their G test or G2 test, no one bats an eye.
Yeah, oh,
Because they're
yeah.
like, oh, they shouldn't be on the road. Why are we letting like? It's like, thank God I'm as athletic and agile as I am. Because
Like
if
a
I
gazelle.
wasn't, flipping peep poop would have flipping killed me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
If it was an old lady, dead, hip broken, in the MSK ward the
What do you
next
mean?
day. Like
if you were an old
if
lady.
there's an old lady crossing in
I
my
see.
place,
I thought
she's not going to be able to jump out of the way because she doesn't have my athleticism.
I thought you were saying.
Of a girl was driving?
Yeah.
No,
I thought
that's
you were
not-
like, thank God Grandpa was driving instead of Grandma.
Thank God it was peep
if that
poop
was
and
a
not meat poop.
woman behind the wheel, oh jeez, I
That's
would have
not
been
what I was
dead.
saying. I was saying
Okay.
like someone who
No, I see
can't
what
jump
you-
out of the
yeah,
way.
yeah,
Thank
yeah.
God I'm the picture of health that I am. But it's
Yeah.
like, come on.
You wanna?
Don't
speaking
give
of,
peep poop his license.
Speaking of doing kind of because we talk about this all the time on the podcast, old people driving. You know, I want to.
Yeah, but this was different.
No,
though.
I
This
know.
wasn't like
I know.
they were stupid at a stop sign.
But
they
I'm
almost
saying,
killed me.
I'm saying, I hear you, and your emotions are valid. But also, I'm moving along and doing another callback. Remember what we talked about last week?
What did we talk about last week?
Well, we talked about a lot of stuff, but
We did talk about a lot of
we
stuff.
did, and it was like
when I
rambling.
was editing it, I was just like, what? Wow, how did we get here?
Yeah, start talking about your bookshelf. It was like,
We
okay,
did.
Ben has books.
We talked about
whole bunch of stuff
movie, fiction, nonfiction
Yeah.
books. Talked about
because you prefer nonfiction.
yeah, and then we did a funny
I got
bit.
you one. I got you a book for
You
the
got me a
bookshelf
book?
to spice it up. Yeah, I got you a nonfiction book to spice
A
it up.
nonfiction book?
Yeah.
What is it?
Are you ready?
No, I'm not ready for it.
Are you ready?
I can see on
Close
your
your
face
eyes.
It's gonna be dumb.
Close your eyes. Hold your hand out. Hold your one hand. Okay. Now close your hand to hold it.
thick book.
It is. It's a nonfiction book. It'll change your life. Open your eyes.
What the hell is this?
It's Dianetics by L. Ron Hubbard, known starter of Scientology.
What?
Yeah, it's
America's #1 self-help bestseller.
It's kind of like you could argue it kind of has a big role in the foundations of Scientology. I got that for $1.
Where?
At a book sale, a town book sale. It was in the fiction section. Not okay, town of Bradford. Not okay.
He works on human betterment alone. Have sold. This is the most complete, accurate, and life-changing book that I've ever read on the subject of the mind. Read this book from cover to cover, and your life will never be the same.
Yeah.
Dr. David Singer. He should be a doctor.
All the if you flip over to the first page, all like the reviews of people who've read it are like actresses and actors.
Dude,
Which kind
what the
of
hell?
shows
Over
how
8 million copies sold.
Yeah. L. Ron Hubbard, baby.
Oh, Marion Redmond,
Yeah.
Ray Bernard, Jeffrey Scott.
Yeah, I think it'll change your
Some
life.
people have MDs who shouldn't have MDs.
I think that's gonna look real good on the bookshelf.
I don't know if this makes the bookshelf.
Come on, it was $1.
I don't know if I want people walking in going, why the hell do you have
I'm
Ron
pretty
Hubbard?
sure. I might be incorrect, but I'm pretty sure that it is written like it's. I'm pretty sure it's written as nonfiction. I don't think it's a narrative. I might be incorrect on that, but I believe that a lot of the kind of the basis in there is a good lead in into Scientology. So
Okay.
in case you wanted to know.
I'll give it a read. Dianetics is an adventure. It is an exploration into terra incognita, the human mind, that vast and hitherto unknown realm half an inch back of our foreheads. It's a compelling
Too true.
starting sentence.
Yeah, we're gonna get right in. Flip to a random page. Like go halfway and just give me a chunk.
Give me something.
Yeah.
You want something?
What do we got? Speak to me, Mr. Hubbard.
The reason this enneagram stayed hidden was because its content said so. Actually, it was a coitus. As an enneagram, it seemed to say that the incidents would be found later on in life. Further, as an enneagram, it said that it was not to be entered. Repeater technique will sometimes embroil a patient in trouble of a minor sort by getting him sucked into incidents which will not lift. This is not common, but the file clerk occasionally hands out a late incident rather than an early one. However, this is not an error on the part of the file clerk. Remember, he has these enneagrams filled by subject, somatic, and time, and the auditor can use any one of these. When the file clerk responds and hands out a somatic on a repeater phrase, the auditor has gleaned from the pre-clear's chatter or has guessed himself, and yet that somatic will not lift or no voice appears with it in a sonic case, or merely won't lift with a non-sonic. The file clerk had to unstack a pile of material. Therefore, the auditor, realizing this, finding that a voice does not appear or that the somatic will not lift, has the pre-clear repeat the same phrase and tells him to go earlier and earlier.
Yeah, so it's just like basic stuff.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
what the hell is he talking about?
Yeah, no, that's good stuff, dude. That's good stuff. Surely that
It's
will
like a
be.
whole conversation between auditor and girl.
Yeah, because it's so in Scientology, you gotta do stuff like that to clear you of your Teclons or
Bad
whatever the
auras.
flip it's called. Yeah, which are the spirits of aliens that have latched onto you.
Holy, he talks about enneagrams like this entire thing. I've
Anagram or enneagram?
grams. Engrams?
Engrams. What the flip is an
I don't know.
engram?
But I have flipped to like probably 6 or 7 different pages, and engram is on all of them.
Interesting. That's a big thing. Engram.
I'm sure I'll
gotta
find
get
out
into
about
it.
what it is.
Yeah, once you read it. Well, so I thought you'd like it. He's an influential guy.
Well, Judah,
if you go to the
thank
back
you.
of the book, the picture of him, he's a sailor. He's a big sailing guy. That's why they got a bunch of ships in Scientology.
Oh.
They got the big sailing. They all wear all the upper officials kind of look like sailors because of him. Yeah, cool guy. Anyway, that was for you.
Thanks, Judah.
Yeah, I thought you'd like
I don't have
that.
anything for you.
I know. No. I don't. No, come on, guys at home. Don't think I mean anything by that. I mean, I was just at a bookstore and I saw the name L.
found
Ron
it?
Hubbard and I almost guffawed publicly. And I went,
Gotta get it for Ben.
it's $1.
He's big into Scientology.
He is.
I'm not.
You want to say that publicly?
Yes. Yeah, anyways, so thank you. Thank you for that book.
Yeah, you're
It's
welcome.
great. I'm so excited to read it.
Yeah.
I will not be getting into it for a while, but eventually
That's
I'll
okay.
crack it open.
I mean, we'll kind of I'll touch base on the podcast every now and again. How Graham's doing.
Is that what they are? I can't wait to find out what those are.
I don't know. Did the auditor make the mistake, or was it the file clerk?
The auditor should always be quiet. That's what I saw. There was a sentence.
I could see that.
The auditor should always
auditing.
be quiet and listening.
Yeah, because they're trying to oversee the procedure. That makes sense.
Sonic and unsonic
Yeah, and somatic.
and time.
So, kind of
Engrams.
Yeah,
We'll find out what those are. I'll let you guys know in a future
once you get
date.
into that.
Stay
I'll send
tuned
you,
for what engrams are. Probably 900 episodes from now.
Yeah, I'll send you another. I'll send you a CIA document as well. It's called the Gateway Process.
What is that?
The Gateway Process? It's a document I think from like the 70s where the CIA maybe earlier,
You're
maybe
chronically
60s.
online, aren't you?
Yeah. I heard this in another podcast. I'm kind of ripping off their stuff, but shout out Otherworld. During the CIA 60s Cold War stuff, where they were like, we gotta flip and use every resource to kind of to shut those commies down or whatever. They were looking into like weird psychic stuff, and the Gateway Process was some institute run by some dude, and he was looking at how to. The idea is it is grounded in physics, according to this podcast I listened to, where some physicist was talking. But the idea is that, outside of our dimension, don't look at me like that, outside of our dimension that we can perceive, human beings can only perceive what we can perceive in our dimension, but also based on our senses, we only have so many cones and rods in our eyes, we can only see so many colors, all this stuff. The idea basically boils down to there is a potential for information or data or just knowledge, or not even knowledge, just stuff that we can't perceive outside of our third dimension
Okay.
perception.
I'm following.
And the Gateway Process is this idea that through some means, a person can make themselves open to that information. And then obviously it gets filtered through our own perception and
Does
our
it
brain's
involve
understanding.
drugs, Judah?
Pardon?
Does it involve
It
drugs?
doesn't actually.
No drugs.
No, it involves what some would call the kundalini process, Don't laugh. Some people have gone through
Use it. Some people have gone through
this.
You first of all, you laughed. You went the kundalini process,
No, because I saw.
and then I laughed. You said, "Don't laugh." Some people have gone through this. What do you mean? Like it's
Some people
like
have
it's a mental issue.
Some people have gone through a kundalini awakening.
Like, pancreatic cancer is funny, dude. Some people have gone through that. That's you're saying that about the whatever process.
Kundalini awakening.
Kundalini awakening. Kundalini.
Yeah, exactly.
It
Why
has to know so much useless information.
It has to do with. I mean, again, it's framed both from a physics standpoint and also like trying to apply other knowledge to kind of make sense of it. So they use words that like it's like it's not saying that this is real, but it's like, oh, some other cultures might interpret it as this. And so it talks about like some cultures talk about this experience through like the idea of chakra, but trying to frame that in like in a real physics world. Talks about like white holes and stuff like that. You ever hear about a white hole?
No.
It's a theory.
I got a white hole. That's all I want to talk about, white holes. What's a theory? Tell me it.
It's the theoretical idea.
Explain it to me like I'm 5, but only in 15 seconds.
Okay. You ever hear of a black hole?
Yep.
It's the theoretical opposite of that. The idea that there can be a point in space that just spews growth. And it's never been proven yet. But
because it doesn't exist.
Well, on paper,
That's okay.
it can.
Oh, on paper it can.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right.
Much in the same way
shut
that
up. Okay,
people
so
said black holes didn't
we're gonna be reading this book.
It's been declassified by the CIA.
That's cool.
It's pretty cool. There's a lot of stuff in there that you would not.
That I
True
don't care
South.
to read.
True
Yeah,
South.
that's
Taurus
correct.
versus
I don't care to
Taurus,
read
you
it.
know.
Certain
pretty
things that I
cool.
really care to know.
It's pretty neat.
Is it neat?
It is actually. It's very interesting.
Okay. Maybe I'll get
I don't.
to it
If
one
you've
day.
gone
After
through
I'm
your
done
own
reading
Kundalini awakening.
Dianetics by L. Ron Hubbard.
Well, that's also very real. No, I don't.
Is this like a bit, or are you actually being sucked into this world?
The L. Ron Hubbard, I think, is poopy garbage nonsense. The other stuff, I don't think there's anything crazy about being like, hey, there could be stuff past our point of perception that through some means we can get glimpses into, and our brain might not be able to process it in a way that makes a lot of sense. I don't think that's impossible. I don't think that's insane.
Okay.
I'm not going into we're all one being in one universe and blah, blah, blah. We're all God. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I think there's stuff beyond our perception that sometimes,
Okay.
can make itself present in your life.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I can get on board with that.
Yeah. Basically, what I'm saying
could lead you down some weird paths.
Basically, what I'm saying is I want to turn the Barely Cool podcast into like a paranormal podcast where we start seeking this stuff out.
I don't want to.
I want to start looking for demons and ghosts, baby. Poltergeist.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to.
Okay, I
Cool.
guess.
Let's just stay with comedy, funny, ha ha ha.
Okay.
No searching.
I'm not. Okay.
We should do a podcast at 3 to 4 a.m. because that's the demon hour.
Well,
yeah.
the witching hour, yeah.
I woke up last night.
Did you?
I was drenched in sweat, bro. Like.
Is this a bit?
And
or
it was
real?
No, I'm for real.
Okay.
And it was like 4:10.
Oh,
I looked at the
just
clock
missed
and
it.
I was like. But maybe I was sweating because something was going on 10 minutes ago. No, but real talk though, it was actually terrifying. I woke up in like a puddle, and like, like when you're sick.
Yeah.
And you do that, but
Yeah.
I wasn't sick. I just was hot.
You ever wake
I had to
up?
get a towel
You
and
ever
wipe myself down.
I've had that. You ever wake up and you're so wet and sweaty that you're like, did I just piss all over myself in the middle of the night?
Yes.
And you have to but you're married, and so you don't want to go down that road of thinking too quick, but you have to kind of be like,
Dude.
give yourself a little sniff,
Yeah, man. I got up and I was like, dude, I rubbed my chest.
I was gonna
water.
I've been
I got out of the shower.
sweaty today.
Really?
I don't know. I think it's caffeine. Caffeine makes me sweat.
Mm.
I don't know if what that is. It makes me sweat so much.
Really? Makes me poop.
Well, that too.
Yeah.
Obviously, but no, legitimately, I was sweating. I probably don't smell good in certain areas of my body.
Like your armpits and stuff, or like your nose?
My armpits are all right, but that's like because of antiperspirant.
What about like your forehead? How's that smell?
I can't smell it. You wanna
Yeah, come here.
come give me a sniff? You had
Sorry.
a lot of You could have.
Sorry.
For those of you
I had to
listening
get
at
in
home
there.
and watching at
I had to
home,
get in there.
he could have faked it. There's no way to tell. But gosh, did he really inhale?
It smells like your hat.
Yeah, it smells like hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Just smells like. When's the last time you washed your hair?
Guess.
2 days ago.
No.
3 days ago.
What day is it?
Wednesday.
No, it was 2 days ago, Monday.
So I was right. on
Yeah,
the
you're
first
right.
one.
You're right.
Yeah, makes sense. It
Yeah.
smells like 2 days ago unwashed hair.
Yeah. I could probably get another day out of this. In fact, I will.
I think I went like 4 days this week, or last week.
That's good.
My hair was like a grease ball by the end of it, but it's because I was working every day.
Yeah.
So I literally would go from hat
Yeah.
to scrub cap back to
Right.
hat. So like I didn't notice.
You don't notice.
And then
All of a
4 days
sudden.
go by, and I'm like, holy frick, my hair is
Yeah.
really greasy. And then I washed it.
Yeah.
Beauty of shampoo, conditioner.
How often do you wash your hair? Do you have like a schedule or no?
No, I don't have a schedule, but I used to do it like every day.
I know. Me
And
too.
then and now
And then
I don't
I
have like a
learned-
schedule.
I learned that's how
But
you go bald.
Yeah, I tried to like
Don't want to
spread it out. Like I try to only really wash it like every, at most every 2 days.
Yeah.
Or
Like every
at
other.
the least. Yeah. Some like that is the least amount of time I'll have between it. But
Yes.
but usually I'll try to go for like wash, no wash, wash,
Yep. That's
which
fair.
I think is fine.
That's fair. I do Monday, Fridays.
Yeah. I know.
So-
we talked about your
yeah.
whole thing before.
Oh yeah.
Are you still on the only conditioning
No.
train or no?
I stopped that a while ago. It was just it got to be when my hair was still long. It got to be like it just wasn't cutting it.
Mm.
Or I was using so much conditioner
Right.
like each time I was doing it.
Right.
And
you conditioning like all the way down to the roots?
oh yeah.
Wow.
Which it was fine.
Right.
And it's not like people are like your hair's going to get greasier. I didn't find that.
Right.
But it just it just took a lot longer. Like
Right.
shampoo's so quick
Yeah. Oh yeah.
because it suds up.
Oh, yeah.
Conditioner doesn't sud.
Boom, boom, boom. You're in there.
Suds. It doesn't-
I
it
leave.
doesn't-
I leave conditioner in my hair for a hot minute too.
Oh yeah.
Like it's in there for a bit.
Well, and I've seen people. I don't act like I know what I'm doing, but I've seen people like if you have longer, thicker hair, as like a quick fix, you can mix like a certain percentage of conditioner water and just quickly spray in your hair and leave in the day, like during the day, just to
Interesting.
kind of
Interesting.
spread those oils out. And yeah, it's
Mm.
not that bad.
Weird.
Yeah,
Well, I'll just
Who
stick
knows?
with shampoo, but cool.
Yeah. I do both. It's nice. Nice to do. So we done or Nope.
What are we at?
37?
37 minutes. It's
Not
only
bad.
been 37 minutes.
And we've only been talking about. You know what? Let's steer back to a relative theme because last week we were all over, and then I had such a hard time naming the episode. What if we talked about that we could really dial in for another 20 minutes? Cults and paranormal stuff? All right, that's a good idea. What's your favorite cryptid?
Probably.
Your favorite cryptid?
What the hell's a cryptid?
Like cryptozoology stuff, like the beasts. Like you got your Bigfoots, your Loch Ness, you got your New Jersey Devil, stuff like that. Like a being that people have said they've seen, but it's never been scientifically documented. There's a lot. Pretty much anything in myth and
The chupacabra.
That's one. That is absolutely one.
I think I'd have to go chupacabra.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what it is, but the name sounds cool.
What's really funny about the chupacabra
Chupacabra.
is
Is it a B or a P? Chupacabra or
Chupa.
Chuba?
No, P.
Chuba. Isn't that from Star Wars or something?
I don't know, but I think maybe. Is that
Is
racist?
Jaja? Is that racist?
I don't know. You're equating a
Doesn't
Spanish thing to
Doesn't
Jabba the Hutt say
Jabba the
something like
Hutt say
that?
something
I could
like
see that. That sounds like Huddies or whatever.
Anyways, go continue.
Well, the
What are we
cool thing
talking
about
about
the chupacabra is it's not an old myth. It's not like deep cultural. I think it's from the 70s.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it was found out pretty quick to be a hoax. I might be wrong, but I'm
You
pretty
mean all of them?
well, no, please. No, like the guy who came up with the idea like publicly was like, oh no, I made that up.
Okay.
And then just the general public was like, yeah, but it's like really cool though, so we're gonna like hold on to it.
What the
And
messed up,
another funny thing. So the name Chupacabra, Chupa, from what I can glean, it means suck. In fact, I know it means suck. But and correct me if you're at home. I believe like if you on its own, there's like a sexual connotation to it.
Really?
Yeah, like it's like you use it kind of in that way, you know. And the really funny thing is that there's a new Netflix movie about like what if you found like a chupacabra, but it was like nice and it was your friend as like a little pet, and they named the movie Chupa, and I don't think they ran it by any Spanish speakers. The movie is just called Chupa, and I saw a bunch of people on Twitter being like, "Do they know like what that?"
What's
means?
chupa mean?
Suck, but like the sexual style.
In like that's the Spanish word for it.
Yeah.
Oh, yikes!
Yeah, I don't know what cabra means.
They didn't have anybody.
Goat, I think, or something.
They didn't have anybody on.
No one. They didn't run it by
who
anybody.
spoke Spanish on their production crew. Wow, that's weird.
Yeah, because they're like,
why do you know so much about this stuff?
Because it's cool as frick. What do you mean?
I don't think it is.
You never read it.
I find it like I maybe, but like. I don't like. I'll go read that every now and then. But like, you remember all the details.
Yeah.
Like you know it all. Why do you
Yeah.
like? Why do you occupy space in your
It's
brain
so-
with this
Well, okay,
nonsense
so
information?
when I was a kid, I had
but things that don't exist.
I had a crypto.
Do you believe any of these actually exist? Like a Bigfoot?
No.
No.
I don't think so.
Apparently, a Bigfoot was spotted in Simcoe County recently. Like here.
A squatch?
Yeah, a bunch of like kids from like Trent who like have like a club there called like the Sasquatch something. They were like out,
squatchers.
They were out. Yeah, they were
Sasquatch
out. They were
hunting.
out like looking for it. I read this
Yeah.
article that was like Sasquatch sightings in Simcoe County.
There was a show, I think on either Discovery or History, like both channels that should not have a show like this, but you know, TV has devolved.
Dude, after like 11 p.m., Discovery and History Channel went
turns
flipping
into
crazy.
Yeah, but it's even just daytime stuff has become
Yeah,
like
fair.
sensational nonsense. But they had Sasquatch Hunters as a show,
Wow.
and it's great. We should watch some of it for the podcast,
So that we can make fun of it. I hope.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Not
Well-
so that you can sit there and go, watch. This makes sense. I believe that the Sasquatch exists.
No, it's the equivalent of it's shot in the exact same way as like the early 2000s ghost hunting shows, but it's about something that's so much
Those ones were
funnier to
I actually
me.
liked those.
Yes, they're good
because
Where
like,
someone's like-
most of them were in the dark and they're
Yes.
like, if you are born in this year, click,
Yeah.
and then something would like go, and I, you know,
Yeah, they go, whoa, I just got chills.
Yeah.
I just got chills. And they're like split up. They always split up in like the
I thought it was legit when I was
Oh,
like
me
younger too.
And there was
I was like,
one,
whoa.
Did you watch the one that was for kids?
No.
There was one on like YTV, and it was for teens, and they would get teens doing it.
What the?
And they would give them stuff like the whole like you know, they have like the thing that's just like, and then it's like, oh, there's something. So they would
What
give it to
the hell?
yeah, and they would like have to go look, and then
Like the radiation detectors or whatever, the ultraviolet light detectors or something?
yeah, what like to you
Whatever
know
they use in, like,
ghostometers or whatever.
The Conjuring?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Motion like
Dude.
good movie.
It's a good scene.
It's a great scene.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking I was thinking of a different scene. I was thinking of Insidious with the flashing lights.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
Insidious. You're right. Sure,
Um,
I'm thinking it's it's a different universe. Isn't
Yeah.
it? No, is Insidious and Conjuring the same universe?
Same director, different universe. Because the Patrick Wilson plays guys in.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry. That's right.
But yeah, that stuff was great. Those shows and the Sasquatch hunting is that, but in the forest and funnier because
Okay.
rather than it being like
Is there like a lot of night scenes?
yeah, oh, yeah.
Okay, sick.
and green info like
I love the green info.
Yeah,
That's what made the ghost show so much
it's
better.
So good.
Is that their eyes are all bright. And they're like,
Yes,
what the
yeah.
hell's going on?
And so rather than being just like, oh, I felt a chill, it's like just a bird will fly through a bush and be like, was that a squatch? It's so good.
It was a squatch.
Yeah.
Remember when we did that one random episode where we went to the forest?
That was
at night?
good. The murder
There was
forest.
a bunch of bats.
That was actually kind of spooky.
That was spooky.
Yeah. Because we heard them and we couldn't tell what it was.
Yeah. It was a squatch.
I have.
Was that a squatch?
You want to eat one now? Absolutely.
was
Get
talking
yourself
to
a
his wife.
granola bar.
Um,
But so
Yeah.
the reason I know a lot of this stuff is one, I find it interesting, but also it's modern mythos to me. We don't really have stuff like that, and well, we do. Not to get too real, but like kind of, because our mythos is all based around celebrity and like in politics, and that to
Right.
me is depressing and dark and gross. So when you get someone who like, and I don't even want to make fun of people necessarily, because like whatever, believe what you don't believe in that case. I don't think there's a Bigfoot wandering around out there, but when you go to like a small town in America where like they've supposedly had like a bunch
And
of
that's
Bigfoot
like their-
sightings,
that's like their whole big
that's their
thing. They got, like,
They've
diners.
got a big like wooden sculpture.
yeah,
like
that's
that
pretty
to me
cool.
is fun.
I'll give you that.
And so I love stuff like that.
Still, it is fun, but at the same time, for me at least, it's still a little bit sad because there's a lot of people
Right.
who live in those places who legitimately believe
Right.
in this stuff. For some reason, my Instagram algorithm has had me deep in like moon landing was faked, Earth is
Ugh.
flat videos, and
See,
I'm like,
that to me again. There's no fun to it.
yeah.
It all boils.
It's all
down
about the government
to,
hiding
yes.
it. Yeah.
Whereas
Which
to
I'm
me,
like,
all the
nah.
other stuff is like, I don't know.
Yeah, there could
There
be
could be a guy
weird
out- a big-
slithery
yeah.
snake in the ocean.
Exactly. And so to me, that stuff's very fun.
Of-
And there was
I will say, of all of them,
yeah,
the one you're gonna get me believing the most
fish stuff like underwater.
is anything to do with
Yeah.
the water
it's
because
so unexplored.
like there could still be stuff down there.
Oh, yeah.
that's just like somehow
I've
wandering
heard
around.
people
We
on
haven't seen
TikTok
it.
talk about like we could have a megalodon. Now
No.
the science does not support that because it needs to eat.
There's no way we can have a
No.
megalodon. Then we
But-
wouldn't notice by now.
But
Plus, sharks don't like the megalodon didn't live deep.
No.
we wouldn't have. We would have found it.
oh, well, I'm with you. But
Sorry.
you know what I do love?
What?
Flipping giant squid, colossal squid. Hearing about those,
Yeah,
and
oh,
people are
yeah.
like, "How big can they get?" We have no clue.
Yeah.
Come on, that's the coolest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, see, but that's fair because we know giant squids
Yes.
exist. So I'm like, there could just be a super big
Yeah.
one floating around
But see,
somewhere.
that to me, the level of mystery behind it
Yeah.
is enough. By the way, you're wrong about the best cryptid. By the way,
What's the best cryptid?
the Mothman.
The Mothman.
Yeah.
Yeah, you seem like the kind of guy who would. Like
I
the Mothman.
love a Mothman. That
Why? Why?
I don't.
I would guess something. There's something funny about it, isn't there?
the thing with the
What's
Mothman.
the funny thing? What's the thing?
There's nothing
What's
funny.
the hilarious thing that makes you love it? That makes you go bah! Every time you read it.
Nothing.
There is something.
Well,
It's
okay.
the way the pictures look, isn't it?
That's part of it.
yeah.
I love the idea of a creature that is essentially there's a lot of things. I love the idea of this essential angel creature.
Mm-hmm.
This big red eyes is like a very
Right.
frequent descriptor. Winged, muscled man that we've decided to be like, rather than going like, oh, sky demon or like human angel, we're like, it looks like a big old moth.
It's a Mothman.
It's a big old Mothman. I think that's very funny. And also, same thing. It's like it's just weird enough.
That's fair.
There's towns that have sculptures of like statues of Mothman. I think that's
fun.
very cool.
That's fun.
I like that it's relatively centralized in one area, which to me is like it's cool, and it adds like again, it's just that sprinkle of like validity.
That's fair.
You know, it's not like a leprechaun where people are like, you ever see that video of like, I think the YouTube title is like, leprechaun spotting in the hood. And it's just, I don't know if it's like from a sketch or something, like, and someone just clipped it out, but it's like a news thing where they're interviewing various people, being like, did you see? It's like, oh, I saw him. He was little and green. He just came running through town. And I'm like, it's so good.
That's good, bro.
But
I mean, yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
It's
But
not-
all that stuff aside, though, we're not ready for when the Nephilim resurface.
well, and I would argue perhaps the Mothman is kind of like a forebearer. He's like
Like the
kinda-
Nephilim?
yeah,
Okay.
like he's kind of like maybe like a scout.
Okay. So
You know
he's
what I
up
mean?
here getting ready for when they resurface
Yes.
from the underworlds.
Yes,
The hollow
from the
earth.
deep down below, the children of God.
Yep.
Who laid
Sons
with
of men,
who laid with human
daughters of
Yes.
men, sons of God,
Yeah.
and they made the big boys.
Yeah.
We're not going to be prepared.
No.
Sasquatch, you think he's scary?
Wait till you see the
resurface.
Nephilim. Wait till you see You think you know what a cherubim is? See that? Okay, so here's the thing. Now we've crossed sad territory for me, because as soon as we get to this, where it becomes a part of like a real faith,
Right.
and people go, "Did you know that Azazel is like the general of the devils?" And I'm like,
Yeah, and I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
Uh-oh. Someone put a little bit too much time into something that's a core belief. And I
Yeah.
think that, again, I don't like being like, oh, you're wrong and stupid. Because that feels, well, it is mean.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel mean. It is mean. But yeah, it's so much less lighthearted than like did you know there's a big sea monster in Lake Ogopogo?
Yeah, that's fair.
Like that to me is...
I can get on board with that.
That's funny to me.
I can get on board with
And like if people are like, oh, I think my granddad saw one, like a sighting, I'm like, oh, maybe. That'd be kind of crazy. Because then if it is real, it's like, fine. But
Yeah.
when people start going into the angel names and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and Nephilim resurfacing, I go like,
So for the record, that was a bit.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let me see if we're still recording.
Yeah, give us a video check. We got like 5 minutes left, probably. We can then talk about something light, like, I don't know. What's light to you? Like, what do you find fun? Like, didn't you tell me, like, you really like the Jonestown stuff? That was really fun and funny to you?
Shut the hell up. None of that. We're putting an end to that.
Okay.
We're putting an end to that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you got your paranormal stuff out. Anything else interesting happened to you this week? No, of course not. You live a boring, little white, bleachy life.
Bleachy. I had some stuff interesting.
What is it?
I didn't, but I just really wanted to come up with something really quick. No, I didn't. It was fine.
It's a boring week.
It was okay. It was a week. I've been getting back into painting. Who cares? No one cares. No one cares at home. It's fine. I will say though. Now that like, because last year for Halloween, COVID was like real. It was still kind of affecting a lot of stuff. I mean, not that COVID's gone, or it is, depending on your own political views and whatever the hell you care about. Throw a jab, no jab, whatever. But I want to do some big Barely Ghoul stuff. I want to go stay in a haunted place for real.
For real this year?
Yeah.
That's scary though, with like having to set up cameras now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can
And
we
we
do-
can get that.
There's something over there.
Oh, Ben, I felt it.
We'll split up.
Chill.
Ben.
Was that you?
We'll call it Ghost Hunters. Oh, what an idea.
What you call it? What?
We'll call it Ghost Hunters.
Yeah, that exists. They've had that.
I know. That's what we'll call that episode.
We could call it.
You want to go search for a Sasquatch? It's just us walking around in a forest for 55 minutes,
That'd be good.
and then every time we hear a sound,
Yeah.
we go, "Is that a Squatch?"
We'll go. Yeah, we'll go camping where they said up here that they said they saw one.
The Simcoe one.
Yeah, and rather than do any work or reach out to anyone who has put time and energy into this, just kind of show up, be like, I think it was here, and then
try to walk around.
yeah, Squatch. Dude, I'm pretty sure in the show they have like a call that they do. It is
No way.
wild. We should watch it. We'll watch it for one of the casts. It'll be a good
That'd
time.
be great. We could do so much with that. I would love if we just did like camera shots where we're just like really far off in the distance and we're just like walking around. We're like,
Peering under trees.
yeah, we're like, well, he's not here.
Nothing here.
Funny.
Yeah, it'd be
figure it
good.
out.
It'd be good.
Anyways.
I'm excited to have fun. Are you excited to have fun?
I like having fun.
I too like having fun.
Did you hear
Was
that?
that a squatch?
It's a Squatch. Is that a Squatch? Well, thanks for listening to the Very Cool Podcast.
Yeah.
We had a long one last week.
Yeah. This one's a little short, a little bit tight and nummy. It's
So,
more of a moose boosh.
We're just making up. We credited
making out?
No, we credited your account, and now we're
Pulling
debiting
back.
your account.
Yeah, exactly.
You got too much Barely Cool last week.
Yeah, you're not getting
You
enough.
don't get as much this
You're getting
week.
a little bit less this week. Okay?
Okay,
So-
it's only fair, guys.
Yeah.
We have lives too.
Don't forget.
But if you gave us more money on patreon.com,
Well, then
/BarelyCoolCast,
naturally we'd put so much more
we
time
would put
into
so much
this.
more content out because it would become our full-time jobs.
Yes.
So I'm talking to you, viewers and listeners.
Surely it will be. Like
Also
so
have-
soon.
Yeah, and if you went to
So soon.
www.barelycoolcast, I'm sorry, if you went to www.barelycool.com, that's what it's called, right?
BarelyCoolCast.com.
BarelyCoolCast.com.
Yeah.
and bought merch,
Yeah.
that would also be
I
helpful.
think by the time this airs, the merch will definitely be limited because I'm planning on just putting it it was pre-order. And I'm planning on putting in a final order, and then just selling some stock. But also, who knows? Maybe you'll miss it.
You say selling some. Oh, I thought the way you said that, selling some stock. I was like, no, stocks? What stocks? And I was like, no, you meant stock on the van.
No, like inventory.
Okay, anyways.
Limited inventory.
So that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, and go to our Instagram and our TikTok and our Twitter and all that fun.
It's all in the bio.
It's all in the bio, idiots.
Judah's been working really hard on funny clips.
Ben's been working
And
really hard.
They are funny. Listen, we don't have to one-up each other with the working hard. We both put
both
work in.
We work.
It's not a competition.
No.
You both put work in.
Ben worked harder, but we
No,
work.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, guys, don't join a cult unless you're really sure it's going to be a good time.
Amen. No, not amen. I had to rethink that because you're really
Ben
sure.
agreed. We're on the same page here.
Like
him and
the
I.
great L. Ron Hubbard said,
Yeah, he said. Yeah, close us out with some wisdom.
the auditor's
Go
code.
a little bit later. Like I want to wrap up. Like I want. Like
the last sentence. Like
no, give me like last. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
John McCormick, who attended the Shrine Auditorium lecture and regular Sunday morning lectures by Mr. Hubbard at a theater in Hollywood, said, I read this, bracket Dianetics, through 3 times in one weekend. Holy frick, that's a fast
John
reader.
McCormick.
I was totally revitalized and knew this was the data missing in my previous attempts to handle life.
That was he was missing his dad.
No, this was the data
Oh,
missing in my previous, sorry, I didn't enunciate, attempts to handle life. I don't like reading books out loud because in my head when I'm reading, I'm like,
Yeah, so much quicker.
I could hardly wait to use it. The first person John audited
Oh, he joined it.
was a young lady who became his wife a year later and remains so to this day. Okay, that's enough of the John Hubbard book. That sounds like
Emotional manipulation?
a serious power imbalance. Okay.
And you too could get a piece of that if you go read Dianetics by L. Ron Hubbard and audit some poor young innocent woman.
Yeah.
And then you can
audit, whatever the hell that means.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
guide her in her
900
life.
episodes
and
from
then-
now.
Yeah.
And then marry her a year later.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound at all scary and creepy.
I
and
like
weird.
how he- I
I
like
wonder how
how-
old this woman was.
It
and
said
how
young,
old the
didn't
man
it?
was.
It said young
It said
woman.
young girl.
So in writing this, there was a chance to be like, oh, we could vet this a little bit. We could just write woman.
Yeah.
And he went, no.
Young girl.
Tell him what I bagged. Say young. She was young. She was young when we met.
Jeez. All right. Well, thanks for listening to the Biblical Podcast. And
Yeah.
I'm not
Go
going to read John Hubbard again for this.
L.
one.
Ron Hubbard. John
Sorry.
McCormick.
Not John Hubbard. I got it mixed up.
You got it mixed up. It's
Okay.
fine.
Thanks for listening to the Biblical Podcast.
Go squatch hunting with friends this summer. It's free. It's free fun. Fun for the whole family. Go
Fun
squatch
for the whole
hunting.
family.
Is that a squatch? Is that a squatch?
I've been barely cool for a while, cool with a wink or a smile, but I'm cooler than you are with or without buzz. I've started, this is really hard for me. Well, I'll stop myself if nobody else does.
And scene. What about aliens? You into aliens or
No, I'm not a big alien guy.
no?
A lot of people are like, but they gotta be out there. It's mathematics. Shut the hell up.
The little gray guys. Gray
No,
aliens.
if they exist, they're definitely like a greenish purple.
Greenish purple. Try and picture that. Those two colors mixed. Not brown. Greenish purple. All right. Hey, see you later.